Hey, it's Prerak and today we're reinstalling these Škoda Superb seats which I removed 2 videos ago for reupholstery. And these are back from reupholstery now. These were done at Car Life Customs in Chandigarh. I'll leave a link or address in the description down below. You can see the red stitching, the tartan fabric, and these are done completely custom according to my spec. I told them exactly what all we need to do. I even got the extended thigh support. Actually, this is in the car. I'll show you a better view of the seat which is kept outside. As you can see, yeah, this is better light. You can see this is fabric here. The back is all leather with red stitching, and the center is all tartan. I got this tartan from a different shop. I was hoping that this would be real tartan fabric, but it's not. It's just printed tartan fabric, which is kind of disappointing, but it's good enough for our purpose. And the rear seats are still being reupholstered. As you can see, I'm running with no rear seats. There's nothing in the rear. It's just empty. So that is still being done, but these are the front seats done, and we'll be installing them for now. And you can see the headrest is missing. I am going to get that. Don't worry about it. I'm not the person who drives a car without headrest. They're still being done over there. The headrests are being staged, but I was too excited to get these, so I just picked the seats up when they were done, and now I'm going to install them in my car. And if you don't know, the tartan fabric, for the people who don't know, this is the fabric out of a GTI, Golf GTI, Polo GTI. They use this tartan fabric, and it starts in the center just like that, continues all the way down. I didn't get this part done because I thought it would look too big, too weird, so I just got the tartan ended right over here. I think it looks really cool. It is exactly in my spec, so this props for Car Life Custom, man. They hit it out the park. It's really great. So let's install these. Step 1 is to remove the stock seats in the car. Now the easiest way to remove the seat is after you have unbolted all the bolts. You remove the headrest, recline the seat a bit backwards, and you can just slide it out. As you can see, there are a few scratches from the first time I did this retrofit because I was not experienced enough. But later on, after I've done this to a couple of cars, I've done this scratchless because there's a technique to removing and putting in seats. And if you do it once or twice, you'll realize what you need to do. So just like that, I have removed the headrest, reclined the seat a bit, and moved the seat back just enough so that it is in the center of the rails. And then these are easy to lift out. So to remove the stock seats, you need a 10mm triple square, and if you work on German cars at all, I highly recommend you to invest in a triple square bit set, because almost every other bolt on this car needs to be opened with a triple square. So, and all the tools I used are linked in the description, or you can find them on my Amazon storefront, which you can get to via my link tree. So check the description out. Now I have the passenger seat removed, but I need to rewire a few things before I put the Superb seats back in. The time I actually put in my seats, it was the first time I was doing it, and I really cut some corners when it came to the wiring. I routed the wiring from the center console, which was wrong. It was like clamped into the rail, so that was not good. So after I've done it in a couple of cars, I've done it really neatly in those cars. This is not neat, by the way. This slit should have been a lot neater, so I hate myself for that. Anyway, but the correct way to route the wires is to bring them along this pillar, the trim, right next to the A pillar, and then just cut a slit around here and leave the wires in there. Now I'll have to rewire ground, because earlier I was grounding it to one of the bolts, which is wrong. Don't do that. I am now using the ground from the door connector. As you can see, this is the door connector right here, and it goes in back there, and it has a solid ground. I'm going to just tap into that, and I'm going to extend some wires. Earlier I was grounding it to one of the bolts, which is wrong, because when you remove the seat, suddenly you have lost all the power, and which is not good, because when you are removing the seat, you need to move it forwards, backwards, recline it and everything. So I'm going to rewire some things and put the seat back on. I have corrected the wiring on the passenger side. Everything there is done. Only the seat needs to go back in, but I'll do that at the end. On the driver side, I need to remove the seat and rewire power and ground. So let's get to it now. Removing the driver's seat is slightly tricky because there is a steering in your way, and if you care about your steering, it's highly important to remove it correctly. The best way is to just tilt it towards that side and pull it out. Right now I have the seat unbolted, and there is height adjustable on the driver's seat as well, so make sure it is at the lowest height and the seat is in between rails. Seat is like reclined slightly back and the headrest is removed. So I'll just do that. I had to open up the entire tape to figure out which was ground and which was power, but I still can't tell, so I'll just check it with the continuity meter. Everything has been rewired now, the ground, the power, everything. Now I'm going to try to sew these sew the slit back together, which I've never done before, but how difficult can it be? Let's see. So I sewed together the carpet and I think I did a better job than I was expecting, and I did not know how to tie it in the end, so I just put some glue there. Hopefully it stays there. Perfect. I did the same thing on this side's carpet as well, but with the interior prepped. We need to prep the seats as well. We need to lube everything up. The first time I put these in, I did not do any of that. I did not take care of the rail. I did not lube it, did not paint it, didn't do anything because I was just too excited to put the seats in the car. This time around, I'm going to paint the rails. Every screw gear that I can see, I'm going to lube everything up, and I'll do all of that off camera, and we'll catch up when I have the seats in the car. The front seats have been installed and the rear seat is still pending, but look at the front seats. They look so good in the car. It looks like you're actually entering a GTI, except these are electric. Not even the GTI gets electric seats, so sort of a flex. It looks so good. The interior is so well packed together now, and the entire interior is just GTI trim now. GTI steering, GTI fabric, and even the extended thigh support, as you can see. It is so comfortable when you sit in it. Now there are some blemishes here and there. As you can see, this gap is really wide, because while reupholstering these, they need to open up all the support for these trims, so maybe it was not aligned properly. I'll open it up and align it back. Also, as you can see, these are painted matte black. This was done by car surgeons and they did such a flawless job with this. Look at that matte black paint. Even the seat belt buckle, the inside trim of the seat, anything that is matte black over here has been done by car surgeon, and it looks so good. It just packs the entire interior together, because everything else is black in here. These used to be beige, but earlier on these used to be black, but the shop that painted them didn't do a very good job. They barely did any job. I think they just spray painted or what, I don't know what they did, but now they look so good. These are primed properly, sanded down properly, and then painted to matte black. They look so good, except the buttons are gloss black because the previous shop did it. I don't know why they painted the buttons gloss black, but I think it sort of contrasts it, but I don't think it looks good. I'll get these painted matte black as well. So now we're off to Chandigarh to get the rear seats as well, because they're not in right now, and the interior looks empty, really empty. This is what the interior finally looks like after installing all the seats. Even the rear seats have been installed. It's slightly dark. Even the rear seats, I got the center part done in leather, so it distinguishes both the separate seats. It's not a 5-seater, so I didn't even remove the center buckle from under there, because rarely do I get 5 people in this car, even if there are 4 people. So it's separate 2 seats now, as you can see, and just 2 buckles are out because this car is not meant for 5 people anyway. Even the headrests are staged in red, as you can see, even the front ones. The front side is fabric and the back side is all leather. That is a theme with the entire seats, and as soon as I open the door of the car now, it doesn't feel like sitting in a Polo anymore. It feels like I'm sitting in an entirely different car. So yeah, this was it about the interior and the upholstery. Let me know in the comments down below what you think about this interior, and if there is anything else that I can do. I was thinking about maths, but we'll see. And thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.